Good morning. Happy Saturday. This is your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I thought today was Friday. I missed a whole day this week somewhere. I thought it was Friday. My son was like, Mama, it's Saturday. I'm tripping. But I got up. I did some prayer, some meditation. And I got some clarity. I feel good today, y'all. This is the day the Lord has made, and I shall be glad and rejoice in it. What happened yesterday is no more. I am happy for this moment, this time, and I want to share some things with you that I read this morning. Actually, I heard on a show, and it was so profound to me. I had to share this with my people on Facebook, and y'all probably heard it too. I was watching a show, and they was talking about the Matrix, living in the Matrix, and they were talking about demonic and toxic things that's among us that we entertain and continuously to entertain. And this is why people think the way they think, because we living in a matrix. You know, I'm a critical thinker, and that's what makes me different, because I think critical about everything. I analyze and break down every situation, and I had to learn that when I was in criminal justice. Because I wanted to be, at first I thought I wanted to be a prosecutor till I realized what prosecutors do. They prosecute people, and some people are innocent, and I couldn't do that. So I went to the defense side, and they showed us how to become a critical thinker. To become an attorney, you have to be critical. You have to analyze every situation and find the pros and the cons. Even if it don't make sense to everybody else and they don't like it, you still have to do the right thing. And this is why I'm disliked. And I also read this morning that leaders will never be liked by everybody. It's going to be just a few that follow a leader, because most leaders dare to tell the truth. I want to talk about the cell phone right now. Do y'all know the cell phone is, we in the matrix with this phone? This is part of something that the government put out there to control the environment. The cell phone is a control mechanism. It controls our brain cells. And when this brother said this, it was so profound. He said, what was the first thing that people on earth did to sin? She bit the apple. Everybody that's holding an Apple phone right now, turn it around and look at the back of that phone. It's a bitten apple, the forbidden fruit. It's a control mechanism. It's part of being toxic and sin. This phone is. He also said it's called a cell phone. Cell phone. Because we in prison in our mind. We behind a cell phone. And it's just the little things that he was saying that was tripping me. I said, wow, that's crazy. He said, you got to be critical when you're thinking about the things that the government put out here. They didn't put things out here just for our benefit. It always benefit them. We in jail using this phone. They control us. He said, what two fields that people call themselves, wait, let me read my notes here, because I wrote it down. It tripped me out. It's in jail, Apple, the Matrix. God, I can't even remember what he said on that part. But he said when you holding the phone, most people text with their thumbs, right? You sitting there texting. He said that's like praying to it. So we making this phone our God. We addicted to this phone. The phone carriers, it's the pusher. Because let your phone get cut off. You fiending. Who got a phone? The internet off, mama. You fiending. You losing your mind. You cannot function. You like an addict when it comes to this phone. We in a matrix. The cell phone. You locked up. And this is what I be trying to tell people. We got to get out the matrix, because I can guarantee you, everybody that watched this video, everybody that's on the internet right now, the first thing you did this morning was look for your phone. You addicted. You addicted to the phone. Good morning. And this is what's making people wicked and evil. You cut on the TV. What do you see? You see people doing toxic, demonic things. They're fighting, they're arguing. The news never have good news. That's why I don't watch the news no more. The news is never good. Have y'all ever cut on the news and it said, good morning, everybody. We're going to have a beautiful day. I'm going to teach everybody today how to make some money. We're going to share today how to invest to change people's lives that's living beyond the poverty level. We're going to show you how to get out them Section 8 units and how to be home and property owners today on the news. No, they never share nothing positive on the news. I'm hearing people constantly talk about Tyler Perry shows, Love and Hip Hop, what Cardi B did, what Jocelyn did, what such and such did. Y'all talk about what everybody's doing around you that's toxic. I never hear y'all get on here and say, you know what, I want to share something that I learned today. I want to share with you how to do this. I want to share with you what I prayed about. We always sharing bad news. And when you dare to share something good, you're not liked. When you dare analyze a situation and you tell the truth about it, you're not liked. You know why? Because people like toxic people. If I throw up a World Star video of women fighting this morning, I would get 100 views and probably 20 shares. Because people love to share toxic stuff. And the ones that say they don't, you're lying. And most of the ones that's doing it are the ones sitting in church every Sunday. But when I get on here and I talk about God, and I talk about doing the right thing, and I'm talking about some real stuff and take accountability for your actions, I'm not liked. Who are you to say that? I'm a child of God. I have the right to speak my piece just like you do. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you ain't got to watch me. But I'm the one in the family that tells the truth. See, I used to have a title as a snitch when I was a kid. I'm the baby. So I told on everybody. You know why? Because I tell the truth. My mother knew. I go to Nina, she go tell it. She go tell exactly what had happened. She ain't just go tell it. I had this memory that I remember details since I was little. So I'm going to tell a story. That's why people don't like to ask me questions, because I'm going to tell a story. I put a story in your mind. And if you've been watching me for a long time, you know this about me. I would tell a story to make you feel like you was right there in that moment. I break it all the way down to you like you was right there. And you be like, damn, was I there? So when my mom used to come to me and ask me what happened, I put the whole story together like I'm a detective. So she know I'm not lying. Then she'd come back a few hours later and ask me again. And I tell the same story. Because the truth never change. A lie does. I just wanted to talk to us today about being in the matrix. God did that. God is the universe. When you put something above God, that's part of the matrix, and you're doomed to hell. This is exactly what I was talking about, y'all. Control environment. Do y'all notice when I'm talking about the matrix or something positive, the Apple interrupt my lives? Every time, it never fails. They hear everything we say. They know our movements. They knew by putting cell phones in our hand that was a control mechanism for people in society, that we know everything they do. They knew that people would come to the internet and spill all the beans. Where the party at? Who shot who? Guess who said what? They knew that. They knew our weakness. Every time I make a live, I get interrupted. Now, when I'm sharing something toxic, they don't say nothing. So I'm just asking y'all to wake up and be critical thinkers. See, that's what I am. I'm a critical thinker. And people, for the ones that don't know me and y'all think I'm judgmental, no. I just analyze every situation, even with my children. I'm not the kind of person that you can come tell me a story and I just go along to get along because I'm black. I'm going to tell my black sister and my black brother, you wrong as hell for that. Like I had some girls come to me and say, well, I cheated because he cheated. I did this because he did it. And I said, so that make it right? Do it make it wrong? Yeah, it do. Because you got to be accountable for what you did, not for what he did. You're going to be judged for what you do. Behind every action, there's a reaction. That's why I tell women, keep your hands to yourself. Because you a woman and your blow ain't going to be hard as his blow. You might hit a brother that had lost his mind. He had the bitter end of his ropes and he bust your whole face open. Now everybody looking at him, oh, he need to go to jail. He's a villain. But he take off his clothes. He got war marks all over his body from you. And that one particular day, he decided, you know what? I'm going to fight back. You're not going to keep beating on me. It's called being accountable. We in the matrix. The matrix got us thinking, especially women, that we have the right to do and say what we want. And there's no consequences to our actions because we are female. I don't know where is that in a book or the law? Can somebody tell me that a woman can hurt you? You a snitch if you call you a B Negro if you go call the police on a woman for hurting you. But a woman can do whatever she wants. She can show up at your job, your mama them house, your cousin them house. She can act a fool. She can pull up, cuss out people, talk about your kids. And if you do one thing, you a B Negro. You ain't shit. That's the matrix. That's part of the matrix. That's rules of the world. These are not God's rules and regulations. And it's what people got to get out their head. We don't have to go along to get along. I don't have to defend a woman because she's a woman. And yeah, I'm talking about Carly Russell. I made a video last night about that. Women are mad saying that I'm wrong because I'm being judgmental towards her. First of all, when you put yourself out there to be judged, that's what's going to happen. I'm judged every single day. I'm being judged by you saying I'm being judgmental. You're judging me. But see, people don't think that deep into stuff. Who give you the right to get on my page and critique and judge me? And what I'm judging is what's all over YouTube, all over the news. It's national news. This black woman lied because she wanted to keep a man. And y'all want me to feel sorry for her because I'm a black woman? That don't work with me. And yes, I did say she made another woman got mad at me for saying this. She made it bad for all black women. Yes, I said that. And I did own that. Yes. You know why? Because do you know how many black women are missing? Do you know how many black women getting kidnapped right now? Do you know how many black women lose their jobs every day? They get put out of apartments. They get abused mentally and physically. Black women go through the most. And I know black men do too. We just like the scum of the earth. White women, a lot of white women hate us. I ain't saying all, but a lot of women hate us. So for her to get on there and make a mockery out of black women and make us look like liars, and yes, we will be judged by her because we're judged by our skin color and as a group. So whatever black people do, they represent black people, if y'all like it or not. Oh, kid boys don't represent us. Yes, they do. They represent our kids in other people's eyes. All of our children are thieves because the kid boys steal cars. Stop living in this matrix, in this old little world in your little corner, thinking that you're not a part of being black because you're not doing crime. I don't do crime either. But everywhere I go, I'm judged like I'm a criminal. When I had to face the judge on a self-defense case, here I am, 50-some years old, never been in trouble in my life. And they knew it was a cut and dry self-defense case. Somebody jumped in my car. Do you know I went to trial? They treated me like a criminal. They treated me like I am a felon and I've been in prison. You know why? Because I'm brown. So when a brown person faces the judge, you're going to be judged like the other 100 1,000 brown people he's seen that month. They don't look at case by case. Especially here in Michigan. How many of you live in apartments and they treat you like shit? And as soon as you say something, they run and get you kicked out. I'm scared. A black person can't even voice their opinion. They can't even defend themselves without being called violent. I'm about to jump on a case right now with a young man who just got papers to leave his apartment. Well, they said they ain't gonna re-sign his lease because his car got towed inside of the property complex where he is registered to live. Got a sticker on his car. It was no parking, so he parked in handicap. It was no parking in a parking spot. No parking on the streets or you would get a ticket. They towed this man's car because there's a lot of unauthorized people that was there. They didn't tow them. They towed the person car that lives there. He went in the office and voiced his opinion saying, this is bullshit. This is exact words. This is bullshit. They need to change this policy or give us more places to park because I pay rent here. Do you know the 2 white women called corporate before he did? Corporate never still to this day have called him. Called corporate before he did. And played the Karen role. He scared us. He threatened our lives. He get a letter. After he had to pay $300 to get his car out of pound. Get a letter saying they're not going to re-sign his lease because he's a dangerous threat to the property managers. He can't even come into the office anymore. He banned from the office. If he need maintenance, he have to write a letter because he threatened their lives. I'm about to tear this case up. When I'm done with this, when y'all see me marching in front of that apartment, when y'all see the news out there, they going to know enough is enough. People tired of just letting y'all do this shit to folks because we're brown. I'm tired of us hitting the news for bad things. Now, I guarantee you, when I march out there, when I get people out there with me, half of y'all ain't gonna show up. And y'all been through the situation because y'all scared to fight. Just like the slaves in Rosewood. All them big Negroes come running out the woods when the train was taking off. But when it was time to fight, it wasn't nobody out there but about 10 people. But ain't nothing gonna change until we make it change. And we ain't gonna make things change by sitting here defending wrongdoing. And if they're wrong, they gonna be called out on it. Because if I did wrong, I'm called out on everything I do. So it's time to call these Karens out. How many of y'all work right now? Y'all go to work and y'all gotta face a Karen every single day. You go and try to be prayed up. Lord, please pray. Put a shield of armor around my mind, my tongue. Lord, I don't want to argue with this woman. And she find a way to poke the bear every single day. You know why? Because ain't nobody saying nothing. Karen got to be responsible for her, accountable for her actions also. Stop being afraid. But we living in a matrix. That's what I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to talk about the forbidden fruit, which is this Apple iPhone. It has an apple on the back that's bitten out. And if you look at the forbidden fruit in the Bible, it's an apple that had a bite mark in it. So to me, to think that far into sin and make a cell phone is really scary. It's letting us know that this is a control mechanism from the devil. And y'all don't want to believe that. But look at how mad people be on this phone. Look at how many arguments start on this phone. People that got murdered from talking on this phone. People that have been on FaceTime and got their head blew off. This phone is a distraction from reality. That's all I'm telling y'all. This is a distraction. The government put out distractions. Like the submarine. Distractions. Jamie Foxx. Distractions. They run around here talking about they cloning people. Y'all better pray. See, when you got God in your life, stuff like that don't bother you. You got to pray before you pick up this phone and say, God, please, when I pick up this phone, don't let no toxicity be on my phone. Don't let me argue with nobody today, because the devil is awaiting me. He's waiting for me. Even when I'm speaking good, Father, the devil is waiting to do something bad to me. And it's coming through this damn phone. Before y'all pick up this phone, I tell you what, since y'all addicted, because it's called a pusher, a dealer. You know, a dealer is a drug dealer, and a dealer of the cell phone. That means they selling a product that you're going to be addicted to. Before you pick up that phone, Google. I said that wrong. When you pick up that phone, before you look at Facebook, Instagram, IG, whatever, Twitter, before you do any of that, YouTube, Google a Bible scripture to help you through your day. Google a Bible scripture to help you keep a strong mind no matter what goes on in your world, that God will protect you. Because if you out here just being out here and you ain't protected, you're going to lose. And I'm trying to be transparent as I can right now. You're going to lose. Your life is never going to prosper. You're going to argue and be mad at everybody that come into your circle because you didn't put God in the forefront of your day. He has to lead the way. The cell phone can't do it. Donald Trump can't do it. Biden can't do it. Your baby mama, that Negro in your bed right now that don't get up and go to work, he can't do it. Be real with yourself. The only way you're going to change your life is being submissive to God, making him the lover of your soul, the leader of your life. And if I sound like I'm one of them preachers that's calling you to the front of the church to turn your life in, give your life over to God, okay, well be it. Because you probably ain't going to church tomorrow, so do it right now. Come on to the Lord. And I'm being real. I ain't being funny. Grand Rising. Let's share some good stuff. It's a lot of y'all on here that's very successful. Very successful. Could y'all share what y'all do? Would you be willing to give some free classes? Would you be willing to uplift your sister, since y'all so concerned about Carly Russell? Carly Russell need a job right now in Birmingham, Alabama. Since y'all so concerned about her, are y'all going to give to her GoFundMe because she don't have a job anymore? All of you that's so concerned about her. Y'all not really concerned. Y'all just want to argue with me. Because when you're concerned, you do stuff. You make a difference. When you're concerned about homeless situation, you go out there and feed the homeless. When you're concerned about your sister, and I'm treating black women bad, you do something to make a difference in your sister's life. I know everybody know a single mother that's struggling. What are you doing to help them? Everybody know a black man that don't work. What are you doing to help him? Did y'all know, and I'm a witness to this, and I know this video getting a little long. It's Saturday. Y'all don't have nothing to do. I be in an area where there's a lot of homeless people. And I noticed the last few days, these big buff mendingos walking around. They got on old clothes, but they cut up. They in shape. You know what that tell me? They just got out of the penitentiary. Because I know what a penitentiary cut look like. My baby daddy had it. So I hate to say baby daddy. God forgive me. My children's father. That's some hood rat. I don't do that. But cut up, walking around homeless. So what didn't happen to these black men? They didn't did their time. They didn't pay their debt to society. The government didn't put them out here on the streets with no skills, going to be judged as a felon and a black man. So now they're homeless. So guess what's going to happen after about a month? They're going to commit another crime because they can't eat. The world won't let them work. And what y'all do is judge them. Oh, sorry, black man. He institutionalized. How many of you brothers that have properties that you can give this black man a job? You can help him change the way he think. How many of you educated, I got my own shit kind of women out here that know how to write resumes? that know how to do business plans. Since you hate the way your people are, make a difference. Go ask them brothers, do you need a resume, brother? I know how to break it down to make it look like you got skills. You want to be in management? You never been in management? Yes, you have. You manage your life every single day. You got to get up. You got to clean your house. You got to dictate your kids. You got to do your car. You got to function. You manage your life every day. Those are skills. It's the way you put a resume. You want to work in a daycare? I never worked in a daycare before. Do you have kids? Yes. You have a daycare 24 hours a day. That's a skill. Oh, I want to do tutoring, but I don't have the skills to do tutoring. Do you not help your kids with their homework? Do you not know how to Google and study something? Do you not have skills that you can share with somebody? If you don't have a job, Farrakhan said it best. If you don't have a job, make one. It's something you know how to do that somebody else don't know how to do. It's a skill. Think about it. It's something that you're good at that someone else would love to know. Make a job. And going back to this before I leave, if you have something you have to offer to make a difference in somebody's life, do that. You're being very selfish to sit here and judge people about what they're not doing, and you're not doing nothing to help them. Nobody want to see all your success every single day. I got this. I'm doing that. I just bought 10 more properties. I can do this. I can do that. And people out here hungry. Do y'all know this the jungle? People in the jungle. So if they hungry and you shining this piece of meat like they a lion out there, guess what that lion go do? He go ease up on that shit and he go take it. Because he hungry. But if you throwing it out there and you feed them, he'll be your strongest protector. He'll protect you. You show love, you get love. I know you can't do it for everybody, but it's so many that you can do it for. Stop living in the matrix. The matrix telling us black people evil. Black people ain't got shit. We don't deserve shit. And I'm the one I'm going to call it out. When I see the ones that's taking advantage of black people and making us look bad like Carly Russell, I'm going to say something. Because we go through enough on a daily basis. We don't need the Carly Russells and Jesse Smollett. We don't need them. Because they making it bad for us. And then Jesse had money. This Negro was on TV. It's people that's damn it on Section 8. And can't get nothing. And this man mad about a TV show, so he lie and make it bad on us. This woman mad about a penis, so she lie. Out of all the penises in the world, you gonna come up with this story and make it look bad for black women. So guess what? If somebody, little girl, come up missing today and she called the FBI, they're gonna laugh at us. They're gonna second guess us because of her actions. They already ain't looking for us. Like I said, it's a whole bunch of women missing. They're not looking for us. But that one time the other day, a couple weeks ago, when Carly Russell came up missing, somebody said it's time we do something. If somebody kidnapped this woman off the expressway, okay, enough is enough. They hurting black women now. We got to do something. And it was a lie. And y'all defended that. But this your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Put the forbidden fruit down, that Apple phone, and pick up the word of God. Pick up a book and write some notes and write what you want to do. You write a vision and make it plain. God will bring it to pass. Troubles don't last always. I'm a witness. Like I told you, I've been through a mental abuse. I lost both my parents, my sister, my niece, 2 aunties in 18 months. I lost my favorite cousin. I've been homeless twice. I have disobedient kids. I've never been hungry, thank God. I've been lied on. I've been cheated on. I've never been beat on, but I've been mentally tore down. And I still can speak proudly and say, I am a child of the Most High God, Today is the day the Lord has made, and I shall be glad and rejoice in it. And there's nothing today that's going to happen that me and God cannot handle. This too shall pass. No matter what I'm in, it's going to pass. That's why it's called going through. You're going to come out. A wise man falls 70 times 7. 7 times 70. He keep getting up. Be wise. Get up. If you Saturday, get up. Hold your head up. I keep telling you, hold your head up. Ain't nothing on the ground. Look to the hills to come as your help, and all your help come from God. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.